Hello and welcome back to Becky's House of Sewing. This is the House of Sewing. So I'm back in my craft room. Still got the tumbler quilt on the wall. Haven't gotten any more done on it. I have one of my favorite panels over there. It's by Ginger Breyer, I believe is the name of the company. Really love her prints. Really love her artwork. So glad that she does some fabric stuff too. Have no idea what I'll make out of it. That's not really the point, right? I mean, nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to have plans right away. Anyway, thank you guys for subscribing last week. It was really fun doing my first video. Really look forward to doing more of them. I'm going to try and do them week to week for right now. Might do them more, might do them less. Who knows? So please continue to like and subscribe if you are entertained. And look forward to meeting you guys and continue to grow in my skills in videoing and video podcasting and all the fun things. So, most importantly, a couple things right off the bat. You may notice that it's awfully quiet. I picked a different time of day to begin my videoing. So hopefully Buster Brown is napping and satisfied and all the things. The other good thing is that the husband is home, so he can corral the animals if anything gets unwieldy. Second thing is that I am landscape because my mother told me to. And, you know, she's always right, as previously discussed. So I also want to try and probably keep these pretty short because as of currently, I have no idea how to edit a video. So I'm doing it one whole take, and I'm taking it Brenda and Laura style. Just throw it out there on the internet. It is what it is. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about my history and the story of the Wednesday Stitchers. Show you a couple of things I'm working on, and then talk about some of the things I'm looking forward to in the upcoming weeks. So Wednesday Stitchers, it happens to be Wednesday, happens to be October 13th, 2021. And Wednesday Stitchers is something that I have known about my entire life because it was my grandmother and my mother's group of friends and family that got together every Wednesday and rotated homes and stitched and had luncheons and, you know, helped solve world problems and comfort each other in difficult times and that sort of thing. And it was something I've always been interested in and wanted to participate in, and I was just a punk kid for most of the time, so nobody wanted me to be there, and I had to be at school, which is also kind of the point of Wednesday Stitchers because the kids were gone in school and moms could just relax. So again, always grew up with Wednesday stitching. It was a time in my life that I think of fondly because I kind of consider everyone that is part of that group and in my parents' circle of friends as people who helped raise me. And think fondly of the elders of my life, especially my grandmother's friends, who most of them have sadly left us, but have treasured memories. Ooh, and I'm not gonna cry. No, you're not crying either. I'm not crying. You're not crying. We're not crying. Anyway, I digress. So over the course of time, my family has moved out of Florida. We're from the Clearwater, Florida area. And technology was not of the day where you had video chats for, you know, meeting up with people across country and things like that. So at least on our end, stitching kind of was always prevalent. We always have been crafters, and my dad dabbles in art, and my mom dabbles in art and crafting and textiles and all the things as well. So the Wednesday group met occasionally, from my understanding, and here and there, but especially after the pandemic hit, haven't met for a long time. Well, during the pandemic, when everything turned to Zoom and I had some time off, I guess it was earlier this year. It feels like it's probably only been a few months. I suggested to my mom that we meet on Zoom and we stitch together, because it was a vacation where we weren't really ready to be in the same room necessarily. Since I work in retail at the Container Store, you know, I have a lot more access to the public than maybe my parents were ready for, or that I was ready to maybe be with my parents since they're in their 70s. So anyway, I said, why don't you, me, Aunt Mary Lou, get together and we can all Zoom together and stitch. It'll be like Wednesday stitching. We could even have it on Wednesday because I'm off on Wednesday. And she's like, that's a great idea. So I was conniving and invited a very close friend, Maureen, to stitching, but I kept it a secret from my mom, so it was a little bit of a surprise. And that was fun too, to surprise my mom. And then my mom's wheels just got going. She's like, let's invite this person. Let's invite this person. Let's invite that person. So it ended up being a very cool group of my mom's friends and my friends and our family members mixed in with that. Just like Wednesday stitching, but just a different generation. So it's been fun meeting with those ladies every week and Zooming together. And it means a lot to me that we can do all that together and listen to them talk. It just brings me back as a little girl, just like wanting to listen and how do they solve their problems, and you know, what are their stitching techniques, and what other things can I be buying, you know, the normal stuff. So that is how Wednesday Stitchers began, and how Wednesday, well, not the whole version, very brief version, and how we are doing it now. And like I said, this is, I think I said, it is Wednesday, October 13th, 2021. So, I think that is all I want to talk about for that. I definitely want to show you where I'm at for Roxy, because we did meet today. Wednesday stitching was on today, so I got the bottom vine part of Roxy completed, which is very fun. So I'll show that to you. It's still on my scroll frames. So the phrase is my favorite. When I am dead and my grave, and in my grave, right? And in my grave, and all my bones are rotten. When this you see, remember me, or I shall be forgotten. I think it's funny. So I have all my strawberry caps and my leaves down on the vine. Next step is, I believe I have 6 more specialty strawberries and 6 more regular cross-stitch strawberries. So I am coming home to get started on Token of Fall, which I can't wait for. So excited. Isn't it pretty? Hello from Liz Matthews. Thank you for this design. So anyway, if you're interested in doing Roxy, I know Jean Barish has her available now on her Etsy store. And it's done by Cosmo Cottons. And I forget the linen, but it's somewhere in my notes. Let's see if it's right here. Oh, yes, it is. It's Victoria Sponge Cake on Legacy Linen. It's a 30 count. So it's 2/2. And if you don't remember from the first video, Roxy is a sampler based on a reproduction sampler that Jean Barish reproduced, named Roxana. And it was generated from a comment of one of her viewers that she really liked Roxana sampler, but she didn't really like the colors. They were really muted and mostly greens and browns. And so that kind of sparked Jean's curiosity and design aesthetic. And I said, what would it be like if Roxana was alive today, and what colors would we use, and that sort of stuff. So that's where that kind of came from, and it's been fun to see everyone's progress. It was a mystery sampler, so we did it over 6 months, and that ended, I think, 2 months ago. So I'm not terribly far behind, and certainly I'll get it done by 2022, right? Certainly. Another project I was working on is this little guy here. Somebody loves you. Aww, isn't he cute? It's by Cottage Garden. I got this little sampler when we had a stitching retreat with my aunt and my mom, and we went to Tennessee to hit all the craft stores, quilt stores, and cross stitches. And now I can't remember the cross stitch store I went to, but it was fabulous. I'll think of it and put it down in the description below. So this is my progress on this. I was hoping to get this done for my mother-in-law's birthday. Look how cute. It's so hard to see. I need to do this. But I didn't. But as you can see, I'm mostly done. So I should be able to get this done by Christmas, don't you think? Surely. Surely I could do it. Yes, I can, and don't call me Shirley. So those are the two things that I kind of have working on. I do have a couple other whips that, which is work in progress for those who are not stitching and just love me and watching my videos anyway. But I'm not going to get those down right now because they're not really active at the moment. So the next thing I'm working on is a quilt. Not just a tumbler block one, but I belong to the Charlotte Quilters Guild, which was the first welcome back to me as far as community with stitching. I was really kind of I've been here 10 years in the Charlotte area, and kind of have settled down in the Waxhaw area for the last 8 of those years, and was kind of just missing women in my life. I had great friends. I have certainly people that I stay in touch with, but it's not quite the same as gathering and inspiring one another, especially when it comes to craft. So I had joined the guild maybe 3-4 years ago, and like the second I got there, it was kind of like when I interviewed for at the Container Store. It's like, oh, this is just home. I need. It's like pressing your face up against the window. Let me in. Let me in. I just want to be part, man. And luckily, those ladies have welcomed me, and it's been great fun getting to know everybody there. The very cool part about the guild is that we donate a lot of quilts to various organizations. One of our main organizations is the Living Children's Cancer Hospital, but we do several different things that we donate quilts for. But because we want to help support our members to donate the quilts, we actually have a group of ladies that cut quilts out for you and give you the pattern, give you the batting, give you the backing, give you the binding, and then give you a tag so you can make a quilt. You can do all the fun part without having to spend any money, except maybe on thread, which who doesn't have thread? And let's be honest, like, who doesn't want to buy things? But still, it's really cool. And I just started on this quilt. It's going to be a snowball block, 9-inch snowball block. But it has all these fun exploded patterns. So, and there's all different colors, muted colors, bright colors, little things like this, got this one. Isn't that pretty? It's not navy. It looks a little navy. It's like green and orange. And got some reds. So it's going to be fun. And then there's going to be a half square triangle, or HST, in there as well from the offshoots when you make your snowball block. So that's nice, and I'll be able to work on that while I watch some YouTube, some Flosstube. And then I will get my sewing machine a little workout. And it's been sad without me. I haven't done any sewing on it for a couple weeks. So sad. So the other things I'm kind of looking forward to, which I think I've mentioned Token of Fall a couple times. Can't wait to start it. It's a blue bird. How could you not want to do that? Look at that blue bird. This is all done in silks. I'm not going to do it in silks. I got the DMCs for most of it, and then Stitch and Frame Shop picked out 2 blues for me from Weeks Dye Works, which I think I mentioned I've never used before. So, the other thing I'm looking forward to, that not even my husband knows we're doing yet. It's very exciting, hot off the press. Ken Burns, the amazing documentary producer, is a huge quilt collector, and he's got a beautiful collection. I've seen some documentaries on quilts with his works included, and they're pretty cool. They are on display right now through a Smithsonian offshoot of the Upcountry History Museum in Greenville, South Carolina. It's there through January 2022. So my mom sent me the link on Facebook, and I was like, let's go. She said, when are you available? I'm like, let's go in November. Because I have a little scheduled time off for that time. So we're gonna be planning our quick day trip or overnight trip to go see Ken Burns's quilts. I think there's 26 of them on display. And the museum looks pretty cool. So, and Greenville is very hip and happening. So I'm very excited to go down there again. Haven't been down there in a while. And I'm sure there's a quilt store down there. I know there's definitely one quilt store down there, and who knows what other trouble we can get into. Get us an antique mall and you'll never see us again for hours. But, so I think that's about all. Short and sweet. These guys are going to be, again, until I learn how to edit, which I'm sure I will one day, because that means more things to buy, more things to learn. I might, who knows what kinds of cool things I might need. So thanks again for watching. Please make sure you subscribe and like the video. Comment if you want to. You've been very kind. I haven't seen a ton of comments, and again, it may just be so new to me I don't know necessarily where to look or find them. I know there's been a couple comments because I get them via email, but alas, I have not been overwhelmed. I've just been excited. So say hi. Let's reach out, chat a little bit more. Look forward to doing it again. See you next week.